Hi everybody, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. So you may have noticed I've taken a bit more breaks in between the last few weeks for the holiday season. I needed to do that for my own health and well-being. And I hope you've been taking a little bit of time, a little extra time for yourselves as well. But I want to let you know I'll be back to doing your weekly readings very soon after the holiday season. So thank you so much for coming by. I hope you enjoy these readings. And I want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you that celebrate anything else. Hi Aquarius. Alright, we're going to use today the Enchanted Map Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid with the artwork of Jenna Della Gratalia and the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Alright, gorgeous decks. So this reading is going to be for the remainder of the holiday season, and I will be going back to doing your weeklies after that. Alright, took some time during the holidays, which I desperately needed. A little bit of time for rest, relaxation, and the holiday time of reverence, right? All right, so right now, this week, once you see this video, we're going to be in that full moon energy. It is still Sagittarius season until the 21st of December. So in the last few days of Sagittarius, we have the opposite axis Gemini full moon. And the Gemini full moon this time, it's big because number one, the energies right now are pointed to the galactic center, the center of our galaxy. And honestly, it's just big energy. And the full moon is so enlightening because it's in Gemini, which is our mind, our practical mind, the things we learn and how we adjust our lives on the daily, how we communicate, right? It's very much about our thought processes and how we take in information, integrate it, and share it with others. It's what we say, it's what we think and believe. And honestly, I think that with the North Node that has been in Gemini for the last 18 months or so, we've been learning a lot. Learning how to learn how to adjust to the changes that are being required of us because the world is changing so rapidly, right? In this time, during the full moon, also we are entering a Venus retrograde. So Venus stops in the sky, is very still, and is conjunct right next to Pluto. Venus and Pluto. So Venus is all about what we love and value. I've got your card. And I mean, honestly, Pluto is just transformation, right? The end of an old way, the beginning of a new way. And so they're traveling together, and Venus in retrograde is about a review of everything that we value. And because it's next to Pluto, it's the things we need to let go of that no longer have the same priority in our life, and what we are doing that's new, bringing in the changes that we're making. So now this is a natural process. We do this all the time, but after the last couple of years that we've had, these are pretty big and radical changes. And the reason that is because all year in 2021, the year of growing pains, we've been going through a trifecta of Saturn, the old way, and Uranus, the new way, so the past and the future, and the amalgam of them happening right now, and the growing pains of that. Those squares all year. I think one was February, one was June, and now we're having one Christmas Eve. So it's a very big time for us to actually make a quantum leap forward, right? Okay, Aquarius. Let me change your card here. Aquarius. I can't help it. I always hear that song in my head when I do your sign. All right. Now for your oracle card today, we got Mountain. I believe that card was also pulled for Virgo, I think, if you have a Virgo in your life. So, okay, maybe going through something together. All right, that feels good. A couple of cards popped out, and I laid them out, and now I'm going to cut the deck and lay the rest. We're going to read horizontally, vertically, and then big picture, and I read the three on the bottom of the deck as well to give me an indication as to what's kind of going on internally, subconsciously, that we're dealing with in the 9-card spread, okay? And then the overarching energy that's kind of in the macro that we're working with right now. So I think maybe you're going to be going through a bit of a challenge, and I mean, aren't we all? But you'll figure your way around or through it. That's the message of the Mountain, all right? Yes. Yeah, maybe you're wanting to hold on to the past a little bit, but you've come to a new sense of independence from it. And even though you may not be real excited to take a leap into the future, I think you will. I think you're going to have faith and just trust that what will be will be. New beginnings coming, definitely seeing it here. Let me get some good news pretty soon, or be giving some good news. And I also think your relationship is up-leveling because you've been going through stuff together, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Looking at the bottom of the deck. All right, Aquarius, if you would just settle in with me, take 3 deep cleansing breaths just to oxygenate the brain, lower the cortisol, right? Brings down our stress, helps us to relax our body and mind. Thank you. Pardon me while I had needed a sip of water. All right. Let me just take a look at your spread here for a second while you're doing some deep breathing. It looks to me like you might be considering your own self-confidence when it comes to how deep you can get with people. Do you know what I mean? Like, are people superficially attracted to your personality, you know, or they like talking to you about the weather and how's everybody doing and that kind of thing. But when it comes to deeper things, deeper issues, and your deep feelings about things, do you feel confident expressing that? Or do you get into some arguments occasionally? Like, all air signs are strongly opinionated. They're able to voice their opinion because they're an air sign. They're all very much about learning, communication, and how to get along with others. How to get along with others through communication. So Aquarius, you have that in your natural chart, right? That's very strong in your natural chart, if it's your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or whatever. But are you truly confident that you can talk to others in a way that other people find charming, right? In some way or another. All right, we'll go through it in a second. Take a look at this. I think that you've held back in the past. Maybe you're shy. I think you're going through a bit of a transformation. I think you're kind of coming into your own. And I think maybe it's because you've been able to blossom or bloom or just grow, you know, in a relationship. Or maybe you're just up-leveling emotionally if you're not in a relationship. But I think that if you've been holding back from people emotionally, that's something you're going to be working on. You know, I don't think you're going to be allowed to not feel your feelings. I think that life is going to call on you to up-level your EQ, your emotional quotient, like your high IQ, intellect quotient, intelligence quotient, but your EQ, your emotional quotient, being more empathetic and having people be more empathetic with you as well. All right? Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing at first. Let's look at the mountain, number 6. Aquarius. I hope you're having a happy holiday season. All right, let's do some inner work. Mountain. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. Sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the river that flows around the mountain naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way, right? The easy way around or through. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. Being adaptable. Okay. Yeah. If you do decide to climb, remember, take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. That's all you got to do. Every day you get up, you take the next right action. Okay. It's also asking for you to be patient with yourself and others during this time. The word adapt really stood out to me. First of all, Sagittarius season, Sagittarian energy is mutable, and its opposite, Gemini, is mutable, and that is the ability to adapt, right? And when we talk about like survival of the fittest, you know, most people don't realize it's not the smartest, strongest, you know, fittest, fastest that have survived. What we've learned, I guess, really over the course of knowing about evolution is that it's not the strongest, smartest, or fastest, it's the most adaptable. That is what they mean by the fittest. You know, survival of the fittest, which means they are able to fit into their environment and adapt to it and change when change is necessary, right? They have to change. So let's just say back in caveman days, there's a clan and they settle near a river, and that river is their resource for clean water and maybe even for travel, right, up and down riverbanks, for food with the fish that they cook and all that. And then one day the river dries up. Well, they have two choices. They can just starve and die out, or they can adapt. And they can take the clan and, you know, join up together in a caravan of people and move to another location where there are resources. So I guess it's that. And this is just saying, whatever the mountain is, it's a temporary obstacle. It's something that comes up. And whatever it is for you, and it could be anything, because if I'm talking to many, many Aquarians, it will be different for each and every one of you. This is a general reading for all of you, for your energy, for the Aquarian energy. But right now the message is that there's an easy way, okay? Try not to do it the hard way, right? It's like, Aquarius, just try not to do it the hard way and instead try to do it the easy way, to be more adaptable to whatever situation is happening. Because I think there is going to be, or has been, something that surprises you. And the reason I say that, again, under the deck, these three cards are internal. They're sort of subconscious. And they're coming to surface for some reason, for realization. Well, I'm looking at a tower. And a tower internally is an aha moment. It's kind of an awakening, right? It's a catharsis. It's a wow, I get it now, right? It's that. And it may have to do with the yin energy of fire. So internally, the fire within, the spirit fire within, our creative juices, how we feel that we can attract into our lives the things that we want. You know, this archetype can manifest something into her life because she's creative and inspired. So in your yin energy, and we all have yin and yang, males and females both have yin and yang. So in the yin energy of fire, it's what are you attracting in, right? It's being brave and sure of yourself and charming and just being you know, for flaws and all, and what you can do with that, with the best of your personality. And whether or not you hide that, because with the moon, that's kind of what I was getting when I was looking at that maybe you're emotionally, you're having a breakthrough, that the way that people see you, right? Your ability to draw into yourself, to attract into yourself, a kind of easy way to be. I'm having trouble saying this because it's so big. Okay, the tower and the moon are major arcana, and this is about a breakthrough that is surprising because you had believed something about yourself that wasn't really in the light of day true. Honestly, it's maybe that you had been limiting yourself emotionally. that maybe you thought for some reason you're so smart and you're so left-brained and analytical and those kinds of things. You can be aloof and detached and have a good broad perspective of things. Maybe you thought, well, I'm just not that emotionally, if I don't emote, emotive. I'm not that emotive. And yet maybe there's a part of you that is. You've got other parts of your astrology, right? So it's, what are you trying to just create for yourself? And how do you do that? By trusting your feelings. Like, do you trust your gut? Are you learning how to trust your gut? Is that something that you've been doing? Like, instead of putting the puzzle together by following the directions A, B, C, D, maybe you're just having insights, like deep inspiration, right? And your feelings telling you. Maybe you're waking up psychically and your third eye chakra is just opening wide with that moon card and the Queen of Wands and the Tower. It's like a lightning strike of, wow, divine inspiration. That's what I'm seeing here. Divine inspiration. And do you trust that? Would you be willing to act because you're just divinely inspired to do so? Or would you talk yourself out of it because it doesn't seem very logical? All right, so that's what I'm seeing. And what's the hurdle here? Right? What's the hurdle here? Okay, so we're looking at the past, Six of Cups, and holding back. That maybe the past, I'm reading this like a sentence, maybe the past has been absolutely holding you back because something is changing in your life, right? They always say you can't argue with the death card on the table. When in a reading, the death card is inevitable change. It is not something you can argue with. This is an absolute change. Something ends and something begins, okay? So are you holding back from allowing that to happen? Like not wanting something to change too drastically for some reason? Maybe you've been holding on to a past relationship and that's changed. Or in some way you're letting go of things from your childhood, Six of Cups. That's a potential as well. But you've been holding on really tight. And you're going through a very big change here with the Death card, okay? Nine of Pentacles, I'm saying I think it's within, because Nine of Pentacles is about our self-esteem and how we take our self through life with our own authority. Knowing ourselves, feeling comfortable in our own skin, and doing really well at being ourselves in the world. That's what makes you very successful, right? It's like living the dream, right? You know who you are, you feel good about life, you're doing well. That's this card. But then I'm looking at the Four of Cups, and this is when there's hesitancy to accept a new cup, because either it's not that appealing and you're not that interested, or because maybe you had been in a funk for a while and you just hadn't lifted your head up to see that there was a real opportunity coming in. And so it's kind of coming out of apathy, all right? In order for you to feel really great and come out of apathy, I think Spirit's calling your name. That's what I'm saying, the spiritual awakening here. Like, to me, this is like divine inspiration and spiritual awakening and emotional awakening as well. Both. Okay? I really am seeing it that way. Especially with this Queen of Cups. It's she trusts her feelings. She trusts her intuition. So it's, again, the yin energy of water. Internal feelings and how we process them. Do you actually allow your feelings to come in? And do you allow them to, honestly, to enrich you and bless you? Or do you kind of just ignore them or put them on a shelf, right? Because I think that you will be empowering yourself if you would accept the cup and really learn from what it's trying to teach you. So again, being inspired, getting plugged in to what the universe is trying to bring into your life with this time of deep and profound change, right? It's exciting. There's a new beginning here. It's something that is going to come through in a really lovely message, and it's going to make you feel more grounded in your feelings, better able to navigate through your emotional life. That's what I want to say. This is learning better how to navigate through your emotional life. And I've been seeing a similar message for you in your readings for the year. So I think that this has been a big year for you to get really divinely inspired and emotionally awakened, right? Spiritually and emotionally awakened. That's what I'm seeing here. It's beautiful. All right, so let's go down the vertical. 6 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. It's like you're able to now individuate from the kid that you were raised to be. It's like you can now maybe learn to let go of the past, open up to a brand new beginning that's very exciting by owning yourself, owning your life, living on your own terms, right? This is letting go of the past, having good memories of the past, but knowing who you are individually, from the crowd, right, Aquarius? Because all Aquarians are, at least in one way, a type of maverick. Like they do things their own way, and they have to learn as they grow up, not to just be their parents' child, not to just be their children's parent, not to just be their brother's sister or their sister's, whatever, right? It's individuating, knowing who you are with the 9 of Pentacles, and doing what it is that you want to do with your will. Ace of Wands, this new beginning, a new chance to strike out on your own in whatever way you want to do that. Okay? Whether this is starting your own business, whether this is doing something for yourself because it's something you really want to do. It could be anything, literally anything. If you want to take cooking classes, if you want to learn to play the guitar, if you want to go to China, it could be anything, literally. But maybe, just maybe, Aquarius, this message is really just about not holding yourself back. Not holding yourself back anymore in life from doing things that are opportunities for you to do, that come in. And taking the opportunity, and I love this card, you can see there's a pig up in the corner that's flying, and it's like, yeah, when pigs fly. So this is actually, it's a funny depiction of the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a sweet and tender card, a message of love, a message of hope, a message of kindness. But I love the pigs fly aspect of this particular card because it's like, can you believe that if you opened yourself up to divine inspiration and emotional, emotional depth. If you opened up to that, do you believe, if you opened up to that and accepted this cup, that you could make a dream come true, that something can happen for you that you're not really convinced could. And yet this is saying, Page of Cups, if you just believe in something that doesn't seem like it could be made real, well, in the next line, death to rebirth, a brand new thought, a new vista, a new anything, okay? When we stop thinking that our limitations are everywhere and we start seeing opportunities everywhere, we level up. We go from the Page to the Queen to the King of Cups, and we level up emotionally and spiritually because we have faith in life. Because we see evidence that miracles happen and that life is beautiful and that no matter what happens, no matter how many mountains we have to climb, no matter how many ways around the mountain we can innovate, one way or the other, It's just a moment of our lives, and we do get through it. And learning this keeps you inspired. That creating a beautiful life for yourself is one of divine inspiration. Do you believe in that? Or is that one of those things you would say, yeah, when pigs fly? I'm way more practical and realistic than that. So it's just a question, because I see a desire here. This is fire, something you want. There's a desire to do something just for you. That's maybe a little, in your definition, a little bit of a pipe dream. But no, maybe not. No, because if you can believe it, you can achieve it. That's what I want to say. All right, Aquarius, I really hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate at this time of the year. I want to wish you a Happy New Year, and I will be back after the holiday season with your weekly readings every week. And also, maybe between Christmas and New Year's, I'll come back with a special reading, an oracle reading or something. All right? But I will talk to you again soon. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you then. Bye.